Hi, this is Yaffi Lvova, registered dietitian nutritionist and owner of Baby Bloom Nutrition, here with my associate Daniel. He is a nutritionist. Daniel, say hi. This kid. So today we're talking about baby-led weaning. No, that's not a typo. You might have heard of baby-led weaning, which is a food method, a food introduction method where the baby actually feeds themselves. And I'm a definite proponent of this. But it's one thing when you have a new baby for the first time and you think, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. And you can do it because it's just you and that child. Or in my case, me and two babies, because twin life. And that's hard enough. But when you have a new baby and a toddler, this is a totally different ballgame. So you have to make adjustments, right? It's not just you and the baby. So here's what's going to happen. You have your second, third, or ninth baby, and you've got a whole line of kids who want to help out. And the truth is, it's so amazing. They do want to help. And as a parent, in general, you want to say yes as much as possible because the nature of parenthood and raising healthy, non-psychopath children is that we're going to have to say no a whole lot. So we want to say yes whenever we can, whenever it's safe. So let's talk about how you can say yes when your older child wants to help the baby eat. So older kids want to help feed, dress, bathe, diaper, maybe, the child. Let's figure out how to do it. In strict baby-led weaning, if you go 100% with baby-led weaning, the baby feeds himself, herself. And Daniel is demonstrating right now with some Joes-O's. Daniel, you like the Joes-O's? He's feeding himself. I'm not putting it on a spoon. I'm not giving it to him. He's 10 months old, but he's been doing this in various different types of foods since he was 6 months old when he was appropriate. That is strict baby-led weaning, and it's easy enough when you have older children to say, nobody puts food in the baby's mouth except for the baby. And that is the end of it, and they have to get approval from the parent before putting something in front of the baby, but they are free to share what's on their plate with certain restrictions. But most people are doing some kind of variation, some purees, some baby-led weaning. Sometimes the baby is doing self-feeding with a shallow spoon, which is a great idea. All of these are wonderful ideas. We just have to make appropriate accommodations for the older child to be able to help. So if you're doing, as I said, if you're doing strict baby-led weaning, older child can share what's on their plate. We need to take into account choking hazards and what may or may not be appropriate for the baby. For example, your older toddler may enjoy something spicy, and it might be a little bit too much for the baby. It might not be. That's a whole other topic. So you want to talk about those choking hazards with your older child so they understand that some foods are for big boys and big girls like you, and some foods are not for babies. And that'll make them feel special as well. You also don't want to leave a baby with the older child at the table because they will take it upon themselves to act as the parent and maybe go around the rules that you've set when you're not there. And this is difficult, when you need a bathroom break because sometimes mommies need to go to the bathroom. So that's why high chairs on wheels are great ideas because you can just drag the child with you. It's not a good idea to leave the child alone with food at all. And it could give you a false sense of security when your toddler is watching the baby. It sounds ridiculous to say it, but I just have to get it out there. If you're doing some purees, you can give the baby a loaded spoon, and you can help your older child to give the baby a loaded spoon, and that's easy enough. You also want to look at the development of your older child and how old they are, because maybe they want to help spoon feed the baby if that's something that you're doing. But you definitely don't want a 2-year-old to be putting a spoon in the baby's mouth. Their development isn't enough that they'll know when to stop and when to, it could cause problems. So let's just not go there. You could do it together with them. The child can have their hand on top of yours, bringing the spoon to the baby's mouth. That's definitely an option. Other considerations, you can help, you can use your older children's knowledge of your routine to help enforce that with the baby. Normally you wouldn't have much of a routine for a baby. For instance, maybe you're going to wash the baby's hands before a meal, but maybe you're kind of relaxed with the routine as opposed to with your toddlers, where you should have a set routine, which clues them into as to what's going on. But when you have a new baby in the presence of toddlers or older children, you can use the fact that your older kids are familiar with your mealtime routine to clue the baby in to what's going on. It's also important that they model good behavior, and you've been working on that with your older kids since they were this age, so now it's their turn to help model that good behavior, to help show the baby how to eat, and you can explain to them that this is how you are so important. You're going to help teach the baby how to chew. You're going to help teach the baby how to not throw food by not throwing food. So it's really great giving them some good responsibility. They'll feel like they have a meaningful place at the table. Also, you need to talk to your older child about trying new foods. Babies are really open to trying lots of new foods, and you may know when you have older kids that around a year to 18 months, they might get a little bit nervous about new foods. Well, this is a great time to talk to them about trying new foods, that they shouldn't feel pressured to try new foods, but you don't want to make bad faces. You don't want to tell the baby it's something they're not going to like. So you can, you, the toddler, can say, no thank you, and here's the no thank you plate where you can put down, a piece of meat that's too chewy, or maybe you don't want your raisins today and put them on the plate. That's fine, but you don't want to say yuck to food that's put in front of you. It's a really good time to have that conversation with your toddler or with your older child. The baby is going to emulate the older siblings faster than they will emulate the parents. And this is different than when you first have a child. When you have a baby and it's just you and the baby wants to be like you. Well, now, this baby wants to be like his twin older brothers. So I need to really keep them in check as far as their behavior at the table. It's best to go over those rules with them again to make sure they're giving a good impression and really displaying what you should act like at the table. So here are rules that you can set down as far as rules that you have with your older child concerning the baby and eating. Oh, you ran out of Jozos. There you go. So first rule, ask for permission before giving something to the baby. From your plate, from a jar, from a box of cereal, you could turn your back and your child has their fist in the box of cereal, getting cereal for the baby. And while that might be fine if you're watching, it's not fine when you're not watching. No touching the baby while he's eating. This is a really important one at our table. What's up? Because the baby's really ticklish, and tickling a baby while he's got something in his mouth is definitely a choking problem. Hold on, I need to get him. What's up? This is a tired baby who refuses to nap. There you go. Now we're happy. So another rule for the older child is they should not force food on the baby. If the baby does not want food, don't force it. And that's important for parents as well. Oh, okay, we're almost done. No food when mom isn't watching. We went over that parent to parent, but it's important to go over that with your child. And explain baby utensils so that there's no risk of the baby getting a hold of a steak knife, for example, God forbid. So hopefully this was helpful. If you've got any experience, any funny stories, any... yeah, Delilah discovered his feet are super ticklish. Not while he's having a meltdown, unfortunately. If you have any funny stories or anything, please comment below. Any questions, any suggestions for future topics, like how to get this child to take a nap. Hopefully he's going to take a nap right now. Follow me on Pinterest, pinterest.com/Yaffi. Come to Toddler Task Kitchen at the Hallie Hart Children's Museum 2 Mondays and 1 Saturday per month. Saturday is taught by the incomparable Lakita of Tandem Trouble, who, by the way, does private consultations if you want someone to come help you wear your baby. And Facebook, you're already there. If this has been helpful or you found it entertaining, please like and share with all of your friends. And I'll see you next week, Tuesday, 1 p.m. Sorry, someone called. 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for nap time nutrition. And let me know what you think I should cover. Thanks. Bye.